Whether it was the small talk with a coworker or the never-ending gossip of the high school jungle. Before COVID, casual conversation is what carried us through our days. With all those interactions now being stripped away, loneliness is becoming a killer. While many of us are struggling to adjust, the senior population has been the target of this virus on all fronts. Many of our most vulnerable citizens are being forced to self-isolate, limiting the vital human interactions that they need, and leaving them susceptible to the illness that is more dangerous than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. While many have settled for the weekly family Zoom calls, we should know it's not enough. Imagine having one legitimate, satisfying conversation per week. That is the reality that many seniors often face. The reality is that this is a tough time for everyone, and it's often very difficult for seniors to have their social needs thoroughly met through weekly Zoom calls. This got us thinking though, what was one thing that we could change, one tool that we could provide? We thought about how our own generation was coping with the isolation. In recent months, we have seen an influx of activity on social media and messaging spaces. Here, people were able to engage in candid conversations. Now imagine an uncomplicated platform where with one click of the button, you can engage in conversation with new people. This is our Project Knit. Through a lightweight and straightforward UI, anyone can start a candid conversation. We start off on the homepage, where participants will enter in a prompt describing their interests, hobbies, etc. The user will then put them into a queue, where they will wait for our algorithm to match them with a partner. And voila! Lights, camera, and video. The candid conversation begins. After the video call, we offer the participants a survey. We analyze the feedback from that survey as well to analyze what factors were at play to either prolong the conversation or cut it short. To make this process possible, we utilized Facebook's natural language processor API and our own parsing algorithm to get the participants' interests. Then we use this data to match the participants with our own matching algorithm. And finally, using Vonage's video API, we made the video calls possible. So in the future, we hope to improve the accessibility of our app by adding voice commands. This will provide more accessibility and ease of access to a wider range of people. We would also like to address that while this kind of service has been known to be exploited, we aim to limit this kind of behavior by adding moderators to limit the number of negative interactions on the platform. To keep us warm from the cold, our grandparents used to knit us sweaters. Now it's our turn to shield them from the isolation.